Hi guys, thanks for stopping by. So today is the first weekly manis of 2019. I am super excited about it. So we're going to be talking about all the polishes that I wore last week. And do not adjust your television sets or your computer screens. Yes, I did indeed chop quite a bit of my hair off. I was in need of a change and my hair was just weighing me down. Now how last monthly manis we talked about being in a funk. When I get in a funk, I do crazy things with my hair. So I did chop quite a few inches off of my hair. I slept on it last night, so it's looking a little flat, but I promise it does look cute. So again, thanks for stopping by. Let's go ahead and jump in and talk about these manis this week. So if you watched last monthly manis, I did talk about being in a little bit of some type of like, I don't know, I just haven't been feeling most of my manicure nail polishes recently. So I did have a semi-decent week. I did have a few nice ones, but I did have some that I wasn't like super crazy about. So let's go ahead and jump in. So first one that we're going to talk about is China Glaze that came out last fall. This one is called, I always get the name. Okay. Sample Sizing Me Up. I always want to say Sample Size Me Up. Sample Sizing Me Up. It came out in the fall collection in 2018. It's a really beautiful, just like dusty blue color. Wasn't really feeling it for the fall time, but I knew when I swatched it that it was going to be a really nice color, and it indeed is very, very nice. It's a dusty blue, but it still has quite a bit of vibrancy to it on the nail. Wonderful formula from China Glaze. This was a beautiful 2-coat formula. And I did do a stamp over this. Stamp didn't turn out as well as I would have liked, but it was still pretty cute. I tried to do some black and white stars on top, but this is a really, really pretty, just like dusty blue shade. I really enjoyed it. So Sample Sizing Me Up from China Glaze. And then for Tuesday, I did another cream polish. I decided to, when I realized I was in a funk, and I appreciate you guys giving me all of the nice comments and, you know, kind of talking me off the ledge, so to speak. But I had a feeling this week I wanted to just kind of like take it back to basics kind of. So I started the week wearing a lot of cream polishes. I started out also thinking maybe, and I might do this next week too until I start kind of feeling a little bit you know, better about my nail polishes. I don't know, that sounds weird, but I thought about also just going back and wearing a lot of like my favorite polishes to kind of get me back in the mood. So I may do that next week, although we are getting close to Valentine's Day, and I think I may do similarly to what I did last year and wear a lot of pinks for the first 2 weeks of February, just because I don't wear a lot of pinks during the year. So I feel like doing that kind of challenge right before Valentine's Day is just a good way for me to wear some of the pink shades I have in my collection. So, but anyway, yeah, so I tried to go back to basics, and I wore another cream polish on Tuesday. This one is called Central Park After Dark from Cert Colors, and I bought this a few months ago, and it was on my radar for a little while. I really like Cirque's creams, but I just never, I have a hard time buying, I know a lot of you do too, like buying cream polishes from indies. I don't know why, but Cirque does a really nice cream polish. If I can find a color similar in a mainstream brand, I will usually do that, but there are a couple creams from indies that I think are unique, and I think this one is kind of unique. It's a dusty green color that there's probably similar shades in other brands, but I just thought this was a really nice kind of like dusty army green. So I went ahead and decided to pick it up. It's a beautiful formula. I did a stamp over this that I thought turned out super well. It was a just nice kind of like ivy, like just ivy plant kind of like strolling up the nail. So I thought that turned out really well. This is a beautiful formula. Again, I can't say enough good things about Cert Colors in there. If you're gonna buy creams from an indie brand, Cirque is definitely a really, really good one. They have some really nice shades. So that again is Central Park After Dark. And then next up is a tonic polish that I picked up last year that I did not get a chance to wear. For some reason I always buy a lot of these like warm purple shades, and then I just never seem to wear, I don't know why, it's just not I love purple, but for some reason like warm purples are just not always my thing. I think I like them, but I just noticed that a lot of my warm purples I don't tend to wear them very much. So I decided to go ahead and bust one out. This one is called Lagniappe from Tonic Polish, and it's just kind of a, it's not super warm purple. It does kind of, it does have a little bit of pink in it, but it's still kind of a, you know, a purpler shade. It's not too pink. But this one has got a really nice linear hollow, which I don't know if you're gonna be able to see here. So it's got a really nice linear hollow as well as some larger flakies in there, which I think you're kind of picking up a little bit. Really pretty shade. I very much like this. It was a really nice linear hollow. It was able to pick up in the daylight, or not in the daylight, but in like the inside lighting, which is kind of what I mentioned last week with some of the linear hollows. I like to be able to get like a little bit of a, you know, peek at the linear hollow when I'm indoors. So this one definitely did that. And I thought the adding of like the flaky pieces in here were really nice. And this is a little duochrome. It goes from, yeah, there's some duochromeness to these pieces. There's that like warm purple, there's some gold, that like goldy green that you see in a lot of like multi-chromes. So it's a very interesting shade. It's very, very pretty, good color, good formula from Tonic Polish. So I thought that one was really, really nice. So really happy I got a chance to finally put that on my nails. So that again is Lagniappe from Tonic Polish. And then next up is a thermal polish from 1850 Artisan Polish. This one is basically the sister polish to Regenerate, which you would have seen quite a few, I feel like I wore it in a video, and I don't remember if it was a Manny's video or if it was a haul video, but I featured it here earlier in like the fall time a couple months ago. So this is basically the sister polish to Regenerate, and the owner of 1850 Artisan Polish, as a thank you for having, as a thank you for featuring Regenerate on my previous video, she did send me this for free. I had purchased another one of her thermals, and she very kindly sent me this one along with the one that I purchased. So I thought that was really sweet. This one again is Convergence, and I was a little hesitant. I probably wouldn't have picked this one up if she hadn't have sent it to me, just because it's a green, and I'm usually kind of, greens aren't always my thing, so I tend to like, I don't always gravitate towards greens, but this one was actually really pretty. This one is a really heavy, I don't remember Regenerate being as duochrome, but it's been a few months since I wore it, but this one is very duochrome, so it shifts, when it's in its cold state, it's gonna shift quite a bit from this like evergreen green to this kind of like warm purple, which you're not, obviously, I don't think you're going to catch it here in the video, but it shifts between that when it's cold, but when it turns into warm, or when it goes warm, it turns into more of like just this like this translucent kind of white color. And when you get it into that white state, it does have these little flakies that are multi-chrome as well. And I don't think you can see them when they're in the dark base, but they really stand out on that clear kind of white base when it's warm, and they just look super, super pretty. And this also does have a hidden green shimmer that you do see when it's in its warm state. So I was really pleasantly surprised with this, so I'm super glad that she sent it to me, because I did actually really enjoy it. I didn't love it as much when it was in the cold state, just because I'm not super into greens. But when it got into its warm state and it got into like mid-transition, and you could see those little tiny flaky pieces and the shimmer that's kind of hidden in there, I thought it was super, super pretty. So I was very happy to get a chance to try this. So that again is Convergent from 1850. And then the last one for this week that I'm wearing today as a little bonus, because I feel like I took, yeah, because those are only 4 polishes. I took 1 day off this week. So, well, I took kind of 2 days off. So I was only at work for like 4 days this week, so that's why there's only 4 polishes. So I decided to sneak an extra polish in this week, and this one is called Raindrops on Roses, and this is from Polish for Days. It came out in the November For the Love of Polish box, and it's a very pretty, just like, I was trying to think all day because I put this on last night. I was trying to think of a good description of this, and it's like a tarnished kind of rose color. So the base on this is kind of a like taupey, kind of purpley gray. And then when you get it in the light, it's got this really pretty, like pinky red shimmer that you can see there. And it also has a really nice scattered hollow, so when you do get it in the sunlight, it's very, very pretty. I thought this was really pretty. It's not super amazing when you're not in sunlight, or I guess not in sunlight, but when you're in some lightings, it's not super, you know, like it looks a little boring on the nail, but when you do get it in certain lightings and you get that red flash, or if you're in sunlight and you get that little bit of scattered hollow, it looks super pretty. So I was kind of on the fence with this. I did like it in some lightings, and then some, like, you know, and then some lighting it was just kind of like, nah, it's okay. Like right now, well, I'm kind of sitting in the sunlight, so I feel like you're gonna see when you don't see that red shimmer, I feel like, which I guess says a lot about, I say that a lot with polishes. If I don't see the shimmer, I tend to find it a little bit boring on the nail, so I feel like that's kind of suffering from, that's what this polish is suffering from. It's like in some lighting you don't really catch that that copper flash, and so it starts to look a little boring to me, but when you do see that, oh, it just looks so, so, so pretty. Like, oh, I love it. Yeah. So anyway, I really liked this polish. It's super pretty. So that again is Raindrops on Roses from Polish for Days. And that is all the polishes for this week. We're going to do a short 15-minute video, it looks like, because I want to film one other video today. So I do apologize for the folks that like the long videos, and I apologize that I keep touching my hair, but I'm trying to get used to this. Trying to get used to this short hair. I haven't had short hair in so long, so it feels very strange. And I apologize, I got a bunch of stuff going on in the background. I'm washing bed sheets and all that jazz. I've got some visitors coming for the next couple weeks, so I'm a little trying to like get the house all in order, and so I've got like bed sheets I'm washing and all that jazz. So I want to try and film 2 videos today because I don't know what my filming, I want to stay on schedule, but since I have visitors coming for the next few weeks, I don't know what my filming schedule is going to be. So as you can tell, I'm filming this video right now. I do have the Zoya Element Collection video film that I'm in the process of editing, which I feel kind of silly because the spring collection's already out, but I'm going to put it up anyway. And then I'm going to film a haul video here, I think, after this. So I hope you guys enjoyed my polishes this week. I am very happy that I'm kind of moving out of my funk because I really did enjoy most of those polishes this week. How were your polishes? Are you enjoying your end of January? What are you guys planning on doing for Valentine's Day? Do you guys wear Valentine's Day polish up until Valentine's Day? Do you wear it just on Valentine's Day? Do you even care that it's Valentine's Day? I know I did that challenge last year, but I feel like I want to challenge myself again this year because I don't wear a lot of pink polishes, so I feel like that's just a good way to kind of, you know, wear some more of my pink polishes. So I think I will do that this year. So that's probably coming up, like next week? I think February 1st is next week. So be on the lookout for some Valentine's Day polishes. So yeah, let me wrap this up. I hope you guys are having a good one, and I'll talk to you guys next time.